Hi, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to discuss about the data structures. So now we are going to learn the data structures. We should be familiar with the following problem solving techniques. Like we should know how to write an algorithm, and we should know how to trace an algorithm, and we should know how to select an appropriate data structure. So these are the objectives. Now the background, the prerequisites that should we have about the variables and expressions, and we should know the methods and decision structures and iteration structures. Now let us know what is the data. Data is a collection of facts from which conclusion may be drawn. Like for example, name. Name is a data, one kind of data, that is a textual kind of data. And your ID, that is, let's assume your ID is a numerical number, so that is a numerical kind of data. The data may be your voice, that is actually audio kind of data. The data may be in the form of voice and pictures, that is maybe voice and picture, so that it will be called as a video kind of data. The data may be anything, that is actually the conclusion. Okay, now different types of data types as well as the data structures. The application programmers read the data, store data temporarily, process it, and finally output results. So what is the number? Actually, the data is the numbers, characters, and etc. Now finally, we are giving an actual data to the application program. Application program is nothing but which is actually using the as like an interface. Okay, we are giving a data to the application program, and some data, it will produce some output as a data. Okay, this is actually the basic definition of data. Now the data is actually classified into character kind of data, float kind of data, an integer kind of data, and etc. Okay, the data type is a domain of allowed the values and the set of operations on these values. Compiler signals an error if wrong operation is performed on data of certain type. Okay, compilation error also it will be returned if there is any error. For example, you can see char x comma y comma z colon z is equivalent to x into y is actually a wrong statement because it is a character kind of data. X is a character kind of data, y is a character kind of data, and z is a character kind of data that is predefined with the data type char. But what we are doing actually, z is equivalent to x into y. What is the meaning here? So can we perform the multiplication with the two strings? No. So that this is a compilation error. Now let us see, there are different types of data and domain and operations. Boolean type of data, the domain is actually 0 and 1. So the operations is or and. Now coming to the character kind of data is actually the domain is depending on the ASCII. So that the operations will be like equivalent and less than or greater than integer. The max into 2 min, max into 2 max into, plus max minus max into 2 plus max into. So we can do some operations here that you can see. Now the data types and data structures. Simple data types, also known as atomic data types, have no component parts. Example, int, char, float. Now you can see the 20 is an integer kind of data, 3.14 is a floating point of data, and a is a character kind of data. Now let us know what is a data structure. So actually the data is actually related to data structure. That's the reason we have learned about what is a data actually. Now coming to the data structure, it is actually a particular way of storing and organizing the data in a computer so that we can easily efficiently access and efficiently we can use. Okay, now this is actually the definition of the data structure. Data structure is a logical or mathematical model of a particular organizing the data. The group of data elements grouped together under one name, that is array of integers. So indirectly we are keeping the data in some order. If the data is not in order, it is very difficult to access the data. so that we are keeping the data in organized manner by using any one of the data structure. Now you can see, so the supported data types mentioned here: name, age, branch. Name is AHMAD and age is 20 and branch is CSC. Okay. Now a clear description of the data structures here that you can see. Data structures are divided into two types: primitive data structures and the non-primitive data structures. Primitive data structures are the basic data structures: int, float, double. Now the non-primitive data structures are linear data structures and non-linear data structures. Coming to the non-linear, the data is actually stored continuously. Linear means continuously the data will going to store. The first one is the array and the second one is linked list, third one is queue and fourth one is stack. Coming to the non-linear, the data is not linear, means not continuously stored, right? Now coming to here, the data is scattered somewhere in the memory location, so that is called as a non-linear data structures. Non-linear data structures are two types: trees and graphs. So this is a complete overview of a data structure. Now you can see, so this is the array kind of data that you can identify. Now this is actually a linked list kind of data. Next, it is a tree kind of data. Now it is a queue kind of data, and this is a stack. There are many that they have mentioned only the few important data structures here with the diagrammatical representation. Now let's go with one by one after this. Now the need of data structures. What is the need of data structures actually? We can organize the data. We can organize the data by using the data structures. The main important criteria is to storage of data, to retrieval of data, to manipulation of data. For doing all these three operations, the data must be in the order. Now what is the problem actually? While designing the data structure, there are some issues. Select and design appropriate data types. This is the main motivation to learn and understand the data structure. So this is an issue here. Now data structure operations. The data structure operations are actually navigating, searching, insertion, and of course deletion. Now the navigating is nothing but accessing each and every element one by one from the data structure. So in any data structure, we can access the data elements, we can search for the given element, and we can insert the elements, and we can delete the elements also. Okay, these are the main data structure operations that we can learn. Okay, thank you so much.